What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Loading Podcast. My name is Arthur.
And my name is AJ.
It is episode number 36 and a nice day over here in New York City. Friday, August 21st, 2020. AJ, my guy, how are you doing? How has your week been? Or rather, should I say like 2 weeks? My apologies.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks, but 2 weeks have been good. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Everything's been going great, honestly. It's not as dark and gloomy as it was earlier in the year. I'm feeling a little better.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to the remainder of the year because we're already about to be hitting September in a couple weeks. So, yeah.
Yeah, we are. Oh, my Lord. Like, I looked on the calendar, I think, this morning, and you know those days where it's like, oh my God, like, where'd the month go? You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah, my birthday just passed recently,
Yeah.
so it's like after my birthday passes, it's like, all right, then the year is pretty much about to end.
All right, so I'm just gonna ask a small favor for our listeners. Whether you're listening to this through YouTube, not Spotify because you can't leave comments, Stitcher, Anchor, if you can, leave a nice birthday comment for my boy AJ. He finally turned 23. Yep. Just a nice happy birthday. Show him some love. You know what I mean?
If you would like to leave any birthday messages, you can go to our site at anchor.fm/theloadingpodcast. There you can also leave any sort of messages you would like to have, or if you just have any questions for us in general, like Q&A questions, feel free to leave them over there. And also, if you are listening to this on Apple Podcast or Spotify, feel free to hit us with the 5-star rating, if you know what I mean.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. Before we get into these topics lined up, I just want to ask you, like, how's your week been? Like, what you've been getting into over these last couple of days?
My 2 weeks has actually been like really nice. I've just been working, doing some deliveries here and there when I can. I started playing Dark Souls again, which you and some others have been watching me play, and
streaming on Dark Souls. Why don't you let them know?
Oh yeah, I was gonna get to it. You know. But yeah, I've been streaming a lot of Dark Souls recently, which you can find at twitch.tv/flyingrye. It's been really fun. I will say there are times when I want to take my controller and literally throw it at the outside the window and hit the annoying chihuahua. That happens sometimes, but you know what? It's been a good experience. I originally did it as a gift because AJ was over here telling me for almost an entire year, yo, where's that Dark Souls stream at? And I was like, you know what? I think it's high time that we bring it back, and I'm glad I did. It's been a lot of fun recently.
Dope. Well, now you know how both of us are doing. I think now is a good time to transition over into our weekly segment. It's called Loading Complete or Stuck on Loading. Now, with this, we are going to point out one bad thing and one good thing we've seen this week. Some things that make you say someone's screen is stuck on loading or someone's loading screen is complete, if you catch what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So I guess we're going to start off with Loading Complete. I'll go first. Why not?
Yeah.
Let me pull up my notes here real quick. All right, so what I got for Loading Complete here is Ben Affleck is playing Batman. He's reprising his role as Batman in the Flash movie. I thought that was pretty good because even though he was only really in Batman v Superman and Justice League, I really appreciated what he did for Batman v Superman. Like his parts were the favorite parts of that movie, and I still to this day have not seen Justice League, so I'm slacking on that part. But I thought that was cool. The only thing I have to say is I wonder what's going to happen to the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. There was another Batman movie with the dude from Twilight that's supposed to be coming out next year, I think. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I wonder if there's I have no speculation, but hey, I'm just glad to see Ben Affleck is back in there. But hey, that's what's up. What do you got for Loading Complete?
So looking at some of the stories these past 2 weeks, I honestly could have chose a lot of things for Loading Complete, but what caught my eye the most was that Netflix, right, they already premiered a new documentary series called High Score. And essentially what they do, it's sort of like providing like a historical timeline of video games, right? And from what I was seeing, I think the first episode, or I believe the first major part of this series, is detailing all of the important stuff from, I think, like what, Super Mario Bros. All the way to Doom. That came, the first Doom on PC. And
wow.
Honestly, I just chose this because you don't really get like a really big platform like Netflix to come out with something like this. You know, something like related to gaming, because say what you want, that gaming is like, you know, super popular. It's still comparatively like sort of niche to the mainstream like audiences, I guess you could say. So it's just cool.
That's a great thing, honestly. What's the name of that show?
High Score.
High Score. Okay, interesting, guys. So if you want to check out High Score, definitely give that one a chance. I guess that's your weekly recommendation.
Hey, yes,
for them or something.
Yes, definitely is.
That sounds great. I might want to check that one out too. But anyways, let's move on to Stuck on Loading. All right, for my Stuck on Loading, I got. Let's see. All right, I got the Avatar creators leaving Netflix due to creative differences. Okay, this one is actually a little bit of a topic as well. So first of all, I wasn't even aware that Netflix was producing an Avatar show, like a live action Avatar show, up until very recently. But the fact that the creators are leaving is not a great sign. Also, Netflix doesn't have a great history of translating animation into live action, as we have seen with Death Note and some other stuff that they've done in the past. And the fact that the creators left because of creative differences does not give off a good impression, if you catch my gist. So I don't know how I feel about this. This might be clipped for Avatar: The Last Airbender live action.
I think right now they're taking a big L right now with that. Like, yo, like I hope we don't get another Avatar movie type of situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Imagine. Facts. Imagine Nickelodeon come with their own streaming service and they do it right.
Oh Lord.
Who knows?
It wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't.
It wouldn't. But anyways, what do you got for Stuck on Loading?
Alright, so what I got for Stuck on Loading, right? So apparently, Control Ultimate Edition, which is just, you know, the original game, just with everything in it. So apparently, people who buy this version of the game will get a free upgrade when PS5 and Xbox Series X comes out, right? Now, you may be wondering, what about the people who originally bought the game? Those people are out of luck. They aren't getting the free upgrade. Rather, it's people who buy this new edition. So, essentially what this does is that it punishes people who got it either day one or right before this edition comes out, which honestly is it's horrible. Like, I think it should be given to people who already have the game, right? Because having them to pay another $60 for when it comes out on next gen just sounds a little bit scummy, in my opinion.
Or how about a better idea? How about both?
Yeah, both would be good too.
You know what I mean? I believe this edition that's coming out is really just the same game with the DLC.
No, you know what they do? Like, they release the game with all the DLC, and it's the same price as if you would have bought it when it first came out. So it's still like, like, really, you give people a free upgrade if you buy this version, but what about the people that bought it on the older consoles? I mean, like, I guess the only argument you can make is, like, if the PS4 version will be backwards compatible, so there's no need to have an upgrade. Which I can understand that.
And if that is the case for this game, then yeah.
Yeah, but
sure.
Still. Aside from that, that's my Stuck on Loading. Wasn't really too many, like, bad things that I can think of in gaming at right now, so yeah, that was really it.
Wow. All right. Well, that's it. Loading complete. Or Stuck on Loading. All right. So let's go ahead and move on from that. We got some quick news stories to get into real quick. All right. So the first thing that we have to talk about, I guess we can group these two together, is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War trailer came out. Little reveal trailer. Nothing much. No gameplay. What are your thoughts on that?
I can't say much because it's like you said. It's just like a teaser trailer for what they're going to be showing off. I will say the build-up to this was incredibly hyped for some reason, right? Because it's like, I told you this earlier. Essentially, instead of just like, revealing a teaser trailer, they instead did what Treyarch loves to do with zombies and make it into an Easter egg for players to find out. So, for almost an entire week, you had a bunch of people essentially trying to work together because there was a website they found, and they had to put together a whole bunch of puzzles, encoded messages, having to go into Warzone and interact with certain places in the map so that they can get more information for the actual Easter egg. And shout outs to Noah, right? Who's a zombies YouTuber for the most part, I think. Him alongside a whole plethora of people were able to actually solve most of this. They had a little bit help from Treyarch, I think. And I believe it was 2 days ago they finally were able to crack the code, and they were able to get the teaser trailer for everyone else to see. So I think that is cool in a sense, but very complicated. Like, it's just a teaser. They really wanted to stir up hype in the community for COD. Well, I think they probably did a good job, because so many people in the community that I was seeing from the live streams were working together, sharing information through Discord, through the live streams, and that kind of stuff. And I think that's really nice. Like, it really does bring, like Call of Duty community has justified hate in the fact that a lot of the people who play it are toxic, but when it comes together like that, you can make some good things happen.
And this game is actually supposed to be coming out in a couple weeks, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because they usually announce Call of Duties at E3, and that E3 was like, it was supposed to be 2 months ago, you know what I mean?
Dude,
so
honestly,
yeah, this is kind of late for them. Don't Call of Duty games usually come out like October to November?
Yeah, and if that's still the case, then it means it's gonna be coming out in 2 months, and this is the first piece of official news we have. You know what I mean?
Actually, for more context, this is recorded on the 21st, like we said prior. So I believe there's another reveal supposedly coming on the 26th. We're gonna see.
That's supposed to be the official like gameplay trailer reveal for more of the campaign multiplayer. And I think that's also the day where we'll get an official release date.
Perhaps, hopefully. But anyways, we're going to keep you guys updated with that. But moving on from that, we have the Suicide Squad game revealed from Rocksteady. Once again, nothing really revealed. They showed us a PNG and was like, yo, here you go. And honestly, I was kind of indifferent about this one. I didn't even really think a Suicide Squad game would be coming out of this. I thought it would be something more of like another superhero, like Superman, preferably. You know what I mean? But it's not bad, honestly. I feel like this could be one of them games where like they can like put in characters as time goes by. But I'm kind of stuck in the middle of the road with this one, because like I said, they haven't showed us anything. So I'm kind of, it could go either way, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm feeling.
I don't know if it's just me, but I've noticed that like over the last few years, there's been sort of like a Suicide Squad like rise in like media attention. Like we had
because of the movie.
Yeah, we had the movie. While we have the cartoon, right? That's on DC's streaming service. It's that Harley Quinn show. It's not really like Suicide Squad, but it's like Harley Quinn's making her own supervillain squad. So, you know, they have that, and now we have like a Suicide Squad game from Rocksteady that has been announced. Honestly, like you said, I didn't think they would even tackle Suicide Squad. I would have thought that they would have maybe gone for something else, like maybe like you said, Superman. Like probably could have done other DC heroes. I don't know if the Flash would have worked too well. They could have done Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman. You know, other superheroes.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of characters, but my main thing is I'm not sure how this is gonna work from a gameplay perspective. Like if this shit is like more of like a modern Marvel Ultimate Alliance where like you could switch between different villains or something, that would be cool.
I would assume.
But honestly, this is just speculation. So I think we're just gonna clip it at that. We want to see more though. I think that a reveal for that is also coming pretty soon. So yeah, we'll keep all updated. But yeah, I think it's time to step away from that now and start getting into, you know, seeing our big pieces of news we got to talk about right now. And the first thing we got to do is we're going to give you guys a review of Fall Guys. Fall Guys is a title that's been pretty much dominating this entire month, the entire month of August.
For good reason.
For good reason, yeah. But again, this is not really one of the type of games that you would expect to see on top. This game is a battle royale first and foremost. For the two people that do not know about this game, or for all the Xbox players, because this isn't on Xbox or Switch. But yeah, basically what this is a battle royale game of 60 players, and it's basically a party game where you do mini games similar to like a Mario Party, and you basically a fight to the end. Last one to survive wins. It's battle royale.
Yeah.
Honestly, so this is how we're gonna do it, right? I'm gonna give out one negative. I'm gonna let you give out. No. I'm gonna give out one positive. You're gonna give out one positive, and then we're gonna do negatives.
All right.
So I'm gonna go. Let's go back and forth. So my first positive is the game has a good soundtrack. I really enjoy the soundtrack in this game. I thought it was good. It fit the music actually had me dancing. It's pretty good. I like the soundtrack.
Yeah.
So what's your positive?
Before I say, I'm just gonna say like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the tunes, they're nice. Let's just say that. Like, I think my favorite piece of music that plays is whenever even if you die or if you win, that little like techno tune that you get is just hilarious. Combined with your character like doing some weird dance or animation, it's funny.
Weird. I like the one when you're about to start the game.
Oh yeah,
I think that one's a doozy.
I also I'm getting way too into the music. But my last thing is that I love the sound when when they're showing off the minigame. Like
it's facts.
Nice. All right. Anyway,
minigame's dope.
For my first
positive,
I think a big thing that I really like is that it's just overall simple and to pick up and play. Like there is only 3 things you need to know in this game: how to jump, how to grab, and how to dive.
Yeah,
and
honestly,
how to move too.
If I can just interject real quick, I feel like this is the perfect game for people who don't play games to play.
Yeah, like you don't need any prior experience for anything whatsoever. Like you can just straight up pick up the game and then just be set. You'll have the same tools everyone else had, or everyone else has. So I think that's a huge strength to the game, just being so easily accessible. And the fact that it was free on PlayStation means so many other people get to try this that otherwise wouldn't, because it was, locked behind a price tag.
Indeed. All right, well, let's switch over to the negatives real quick. I'm gonna give one negative. My one negative is that I was not a big fan of the camera. The camera can spaz out at times when you get a little close, especially when you're getting into like certain missions where like you're forced to be in like a crowded space. It can spaz out at times. It's not that bad, but it's enough to be noticeable in certain game modes, in certain situations. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, especially if you're in the middle of like a pack in a crowded area. But yeah, that's my negative.
When you play that fucking egg collecting minigame.
Oh my god!
Oh
yeah, god! That's a good example.
The first 3 seconds is literally hell. It's legit hell because you're trying to get an egg and everyone's fucking diving to get one. Like either the golden egg in the middle or just trying to be one of the first people to get a lead. Oh my god, yeah, the camera can be a little bit messed up in that situation. My first negative has to be, I don't have too many for this game, but the first one that I would have to say is the game in its nature. I think a lot of battle royales kind of fall under this, but this one a little bit more. If you play this for like long periods of time, or even like a long session, like maybe 3 to 4 hours, it'll probably get more boring than most other games. Because like, at the end of the day, it's still just like Mario Party Battle Royale. So if you play this so much, or if you play this like in a huge gaming session, I feel like it gets a little bit more boring than most. Just because like, you die fast, you move on to the next one, and I'll get into my other con because it kind of ties in with this one. But yeah, that's my first negative.
That's a good point, because I also have here on my notes that the game is gonna like be continually updated. So as the seasons go past, it's gonna add more game modes, different things like that. So I feel like this is like something that we're gonna see the fruits of in like a year from now, when there's when they add a bunch more game modes and there's like more variety and different things to do, or like say like even different queues. Like it would be dope to jump in a queue where there's no team games. You know what I mean? And just have it be, regular games.
Well, I'm not sure if they could get rid of the team games for like a certain queue, because I feel like if they did that, then some of the games would last for a while. if they want to
Yeah.
keep up the 5-round structure that they have, right? Because the team games are able to get people out, like a group of people out.
Or you can have it. Sorry, let me interject for a second too. Like, or they can have it say like, only if you're queuing solo, you don't have to do team games. And if you're actually with a team, then you do the team games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just an idea. I don't know. I may be reaching with that one. But all right, I think you gave your negatives yet?
Yeah, I gave the. Well, you explained yours. So, well, not.
Oh yeah, okay. So let's move back to positive then.
Yes,
let's move back to positive. So all right. So my second positive, I only have. This is my last positive, also, by the way. I have written down here. It has good level design. The levels that are the best are designed very well. There's 25 levels in here. It's random. So, and I felt like they were all interesting in their own way. But yeah, that's my last positive. Mm-hmm. I have 2 more negatives, but yeah, you go ahead with your positive.
Yeah, I'll probably just round out my positives right here because I have nice positive that I like about the game. Once again, like I said, simple pick up to play. 25 mini games with, and I put parentheses because they do plan on adding more on the way, like you mentioned, like as the season goes and they add more stuff. They already added like a variation to that mini game where you have to jump over 2 poles. One goes on the bottom and the other one goes on the top. And that's cool. If they're gonna do it at that kind of speed with how popular it is, I think that's gonna keep the game alive even longer, which is always a plus. It has fun and varied customization that I think is fair because you can earn. It kind of like works like how Fortnite shop works, where like every day or every couple of days they'll rotate the shop with different skins, and you buy them with currency that you win by playing the mini games instead of just like locking them behind the paywall. Like, for $5 you get pigeon skin. While this game, it's like you grind enough games, you get pigeon skin if it's in the store, which I think is great. Some of the skins are hilarious. And I think one of the best parts about Fall Guys is literally seeing other people come up with skins for the game. Like, I've gone on Twitter and I've seen so many cool skin ideas, so many collaborations that I didn't think were possible. Like, there have been people who have been proposing Doom skins, League of Legends skins, Persona skins, God of War skins. Oh my god, it's so nice, and I love that.
Sounds cool. I personally haven't seen any. That's what's up though.
Listen, go on Fall Guys Twitter. Also, quick shout out. Whoever runs that Twitter account for Fall Guys needs a raise. He needs a promotion. He does such a good job feeling relatable and not like corporate. You know how that's a problem with like most Twitter company ran Twitter accounts?
Yeah, Wendy changed the game, to be honest with you. Wendy said, I'm gonna show you how to do this shit.
Yeah, and then Fall Guys is like, alright, I'm basically a fan, but they gave me control of their Twitter, so let's go.
Alright, well.
And then I was gonna say, like, the last thing I have to say is that it's very fun with friends. Like, this game, you get like your boys with it, you're gonna have a good time, hands down.
Alright, well,
that's my positives.
Alright, that wraps up the positives for Fall Guys. Now we're gonna get into the negatives. I had more negatives than positives. Alright, so for my first negative was a bad camera. My second negative is going to be the bad grabbing mechanic. The grabbing mechanic in this game is not great. It honestly could be worked on a little bit more. I felt like there's certain things that just need to be worked on to have it feel more fluid. When you're grabbing someone else, it's not that bad. But say like you're in a certain game mode where you need to like grab on something to pull yourself up.
Yeah.
Or you could jump on it. Like it doesn't like have that snappy feeling of actually feeling attached to it. It kind of just feels like you're like loosely connected to it. So I feel like that could be changed in some other way. But yeah, that's my second negative. You can go ahead and with your second negative, Arthur. What's your second negative?
My second negative is probably like a temporary thing, but it has to be the server issues. The server issues in this game are incredibly random. You can have a night where you have no problems whatsoever, and then the very next night the game acts as if internet doesn't exist. Like, you will get kicked out of lobbies, especially in lobbies when you're winning. That's the shitty part. You can literally be like top 3, and then as soon as the final minigame hits, disconnected. I can't imagine how many people probably had that happen to them and they raged. It's very
That's
annoying.
definitely unfortunate. I feel like that has something to do with the game being fresh and brand new.
Yeah.
And so popular, like so quickly. I'm pretty sure they weren't ready for all this, all these people to be on their servers. So
Definitely, which is why
I think that's something that would be fixed up.
Yeah, that's why I'm listening as like a temporary problem. I definitely think like as the time goes on, they'll improve it.
How many more negatives do you have?
I have one more, and
all right, bet. So let me get in my one more, and then we're gonna you do your one more, and then we're gonna give our score.
All
okay?
right, cool.
All right, so my last negative is, let me see right here. The team games honestly are some of the most frustrating. Team games are one of the most frustrating things about this game, just because they can honestly go either way. Like if you're playing with the squad, it makes it a little easier if they know what they're doing. But if you're by yourself and you have bad teammates, like you're just out of there, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
That's my only negative. It's a slight thing, but yeah, that's my last one.
Yeah, I'm on a similar boat for my last negative, and it's some mini games can feel boring or frustrating. And I'm looking at you, team games. Some of those team games really feel not that good to play with. Like you mentioned, if you don't have like a squad running with you, which the game will automatically put you all in the same team if you are. If you don't have a squad that knows what they're doing, you will get destroyed. And it really does feel RNG, but then again, that's kind of like the point of this game. Like, there's a blend of RNG and skill. But some of the mini games I just don't find that fun. The tail grabbing games I do not like. Combined with what you said with the bad grabbing mechanics, I think it's janky as fuck, and it can lead to like
the tail games fucking suck.
Yeah, both the team and the final one. I don't like them that much. Some games can feel a little bit frustrating. Mostly the I remember this happened to you. It's the game where you have to run up a conveyor belt and you have to dodge fruit coming down. Now, my boy over here, I need a sad violin right now.
Oh my god. All right, fuck it.
All right, thank you. So my son was getting ready to be one of the first people to qualify, right? And as soon as he gets to the edge, a gigantic fucking log comes in and fucking clothesline from hell him all the way back to the bottom. And it was so sad. You don't understand. Oh, my poor guy got denied a qualification, and it was so fucked.
But it's but I ended up getting a W in that game, so I feel good about it. But yeah, I feel like now it's time to give our scores. I'm gonna go first for PC. All right, so I have two. Actually, let me explain, because I have two separate scores for this. So the first score is for PlayStation players only, and it's only for the month of August. I'm gonna give the game, if you're watching this in the future, I'm gonna give this game a 6.5 to a 7, a very light 7, and the only reason I'm giving it a 6.5 is because of the team games and just the lack of variety right now. But I feel that this could be greatly improved on later with updates and different things like that. So it has the potential to be a 7 or even more. But right now, where I'm at with it, it's a 6.5 on PC and PS4, because after this month, it's going to cost $20 on console, I believe, and it's already $20 on PC. But if you're watching this in the month of August 2020, while it's still available for free, I'll give it a 7.5. If you can catch it for free, you know what I mean? Go ahead and get that. It's definitely a fun game to play if you need something to do with your friends. But yeah.
Me personally.
What about you?
Alright, so I gave it a higher score. So if I had to give a score for the regular version that you find on PC, I would give it an 8. Just because, if not an 8, definitely a 7.5. Just because I think the game itself is very fun. It's incredibly simplistic. It can be a lot of fun to play with anybody. If you want to play it with Twitch streamers, if you want to play with your chat, it's very fun. If you want to play with your friends, it's really fun. Even going solo and trying to get the crown and see how many wins you can get is fun. Shout outs to Tim the Tatman for finally getting his first victory. And
who?
You don't know Tim the Tatman, my guy?
No.
Very popular former Overwatch streamer, but now it's just like a variety guy.
Okay.
Very.
So you're giving it an 8?
Yeah, I give it an 8. If you have the PlayStation version, it's free. I give that an 8.5. I think this game can get better over time when they add more mini games. One more thing before we wrap all this up. I think a dope feature to add would have like a mini game tester. Like be able to like, you know, maybe load up with your friends, like just the four of you guys, just load up any mini game you want.
Like something like Overwatch, like how do you have like their own servers where they have different changes in game modes?
Like maybe like have like a lobby where it's just playing any mini game you want, like maybe like a practice mode, right? Mm-hmm. So you can just play whatever you want with your friends at the time, or maybe even like host like your own
customs.
There you go. Yeah. Have like a custom thing. I think that would be great for this type of game. But yeah, that's my personal score. Maybe a bit too high, but I just think it's a really fun game, despite the flaws that it may have.
Fall Guys. That's a review, guys. All right, so let's leave it there. Let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. We got Ghost of Tsushima. All right, so the last time we talked about this on the last episode, we had Arthur over here give his first impressions on it. Since then, I have played the game, and I am actually really, really into it right now. I'm at the end of Act 2. On the last mission, so I feel like you're on Act 2 as well, right?
Yeah, I'm on the last mission as well, but I think I can give like a general like, you know, like review of the game.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna call this my first impressions right now because I don't know how the game is gonna you know what I'm saying, fold into the end. I unfortunately did see the ending of the game.
Oof.
But
yeah,
no. That was way before I even started playing. But yeah, so I'm gonna give it a first impressions right now. Maybe next week or something, or the week after, if we reach the end, we could do a full blown review. That would be great. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna give my we're gonna do the same thing prior. We're gonna give our positives and negatives, and let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna do one positive, one negative, back and forth. So my first positive is this game has amazing visuals, amazing visuals, and I really like the photo mode. It's a side thing too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's my first positive.
I'm on the same boat. That's my first positive. The world, like I mentioned last time, I'm probably just gonna like sum up exactly what I said 2 weeks ago. But yeah, I think the world itself is beautiful. The everything about it, graphically is just great.
Mm-hmm. Environment, variety,
textures, facial animations on the actual cutscenes. Details, all of it, it's just wonderful.
Has it all. Honestly, it's one of the best looking games on the PlayStation 4.
And that's saying something, for sure, considering what lineup they have.
All right, so
now for the negatives.
I'm gonna give my first negative. This game's camera can be janky at times, especially if you're in if you're in an area where you're basically in a hall or you're like next to a wall or something. The camera tends to spaz out. It's not all the time. I wish this game had a lock-on feature. I feel like that would get rid of a lot of the issues, but it's bearable as long as you know how to deal with it. But I do find myself every now and then and ended up getting hit because I wasn't able to see properly. But yeah, that's my first negative.
All right, my first negative. This is kind of a little pet peeve of mine, but when you play this game for a very long time and you start to like lean to one style of gameplay, the combat itself can get a little bit repetitive.
Is that what you find yourself doing? Do you find
a little bit
yourself just finding which gameplay, what style do you use?
What I mean, right, is say for example, like you have like a big game, like a long gaming session, right? Like maybe 6 or 7 hours. In those 6 and 7 hours, like if you're just going from place to place, just constantly challenging enemies, fighting them head on, doing the wild encounters with the bandits or the straw hat Ronin that come up, and you just constantly do that over and over and over again. If you don't like mix it up with like different stances and assassination techniques, it can get repetitive, like quickly, because you know it's the same thing every now and then. But, you know, Ghost of Tsushima does a lot of things to kind of alleviate that. So I'm putting it as like a minor negative because it can happen. And it started to like wear on to me. Yeah,
for sure. I feel like that's a thing too. But like I love also how they also give you. If we switch to the positives real quick, I like how they give you a bunch of different ways to approach the situation. Like at where I'm at right now, you can unlock a blowgun that poisons them. You can assassinate them and stuff. And but my second positive is the amazing world building. Because I really enjoyed how all the side missions felt like real missions, and they were like fleshed out, and they have like paths to travel down and different stories and individual things. And I also loved all the animals that you can find just throughout the world. This is why I'm saying world building, and it just takes you to different things. And you know what I mean? Like this, I feel like there's never really a dull moment in this game, because either you're when you're not on combat, you see a bunch of animals, and they help you get to different things that can increase your health, increase your resolve, which is the meter that can, heal you and different things like that. So I think that's another great thing about this game, is that this world is like packed with a bunch of things to do.
I honestly think I forgot. I think I heard it from a YouTuber saying it, but I stand by it. If you want to really have a gauge on how good an open world game is, count how many times you're traveling the open world and you see something different, or like you get distracted by something. You know what I mean? Like, how many times are you just traveling in the open world and you're getting distracted because you see something? Like, I see a couple of animals like moving towards this one patch of like fire or something like that, or the wind is telling me to go somewhere, or like the golden bird. That golden bird takes you to like different places where it can be like side quests, mini games to help increase your resolve, your charm slots with the fox shrines, all of this type of stuff. Kind of like the same thing with Breath of the Wild, where it's like any turn you'll find something new, and I think that's great. Something that like open world games, it really makes them like unique, and I like that.
Yeah, that's what's up. Let's get into the negatives now. My second negative, and my last negative actually, is that this game has some slight bugs. Sometimes I find myself getting stuck between something, or stuck in a wall, stuck in a rock and things like that. And usually most of the time it basically just reloads the area and it puts you in a different area. But I did find myself having to load up a checkpoint once. But you know what I mean, it wasn't the end of the world, just slight bugs that can be fixed over time. But that's my second and last negative for Ghost of Tsushima. How about you?
So I have a couple more negatives listed. So the next one that I have is that when you start to get around, I want to say the third act, which I'm about to get to, but I started noticing this in the second half of the act 2, is that some of the side missions, aside from the tails, mind you, the tails don't have this problem, but some of the side missions start to lack variety, especially when you're nearing the third act. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so see, I say that because I only really do the tails. I don't really focus on the ones without the faces on them.
Yeah, like the tails don't suffer from that because they're unique still. But the side missions, when you play enough of them, you'll start to realize, oh, it's the same thing. Like, oh, I gotta go save a farm, rescue hostages, tail somebody, and they're still good and enjoyable because the dialogue in this game is really nice. But it still gets starts to lack variety, and you can start getting a little bit bored, and it could be by the numbers.
Yeah, if I can interject also real quick, I want to say I love the mythic quest that you can do to unlock all the different stuff that you can get. I love the Heavenly Strike. I love the second one you get, the Yarikawa.
The Yarikawa is, I believe. Awesome.
Yeah, dude, both of those are dope, and they just add a whole new style to the game and a whole new different ways to approach your combat. But yeah, all right. So, you have more negatives?
I'll just
knock them out now.
Yeah, I'll just quickly go through them. Like you said, there's a couple of bugs and glitches that I was encountering. They weren't too major. Just like I was getting stuck on some things. Sometimes I would not get detected when I was right in front of them, and I that has to be a bug. Like that can't be intended. And my last negative is parkour could be improved upon. The parkour is satisfiable at most. Like, it gets the job done, but it could definitely have gone for a more, like, Assassin's Creed-like structure where you can climb on anything rather than, like, certain predetermined ledges.
I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
I feel you on that one for sure.
But like I said, it's serviceable, and it works. And that's all I care about.
All right, I got 2 more positives I'm just going to knock out. How many more positives you have?
I got 1 more. Well, actually,
right, cool.
I got, like, 2 more, but they can go together.
I'm gonna knock out mine together as well. So, for this one, I have dub customization. The customization in this game is fire. I love how you can unlock different things by doing these little side missions and tales that you get. So they actually do give them a little bit of purpose, and I just love the colors, the color palette, the dyes, how you can get from getting flowers and stuff like that. And my last positive is the combat system. And it was great for me, honestly. I really love the combat system. I always found myself approaching things from different ways. Like I love switching between. I like all four of the combat styles. My favorite would probably be the shield one or the sword one, but I still love switching it up to the brute. The brute is dope as well.
Yeah, I love the brute. That shit, you just kick people.
But not only that though, I also love the different things you can get. Like I have the longbow, I have the explosive arrows, I have the fire arrows, the heavy arrows. You know what I mean? Like I have the wind chimes. You know, the smoke bombs.
I love the
actual bombs.
The sticky bombs are fun.
Yeah, the sticky bombs too. Like there's so much stuff you can do in this game to switch it up. Like in terms of like ghost weapons and just regular semi weapons. But yeah, I'm a big fan of that, and I like how in depth they pretty much took it. Like I said before, I believe you even get a blowgun that you can hit people with poison arrows and poison darts. I mean, so yeah, those are my last positives. How about you?
All right, so when I said that combat can get repetitive, I still stand by it. But overall, the combat in this game is incredibly satisfying and also challenging to boot in certain instances. It's not like a hack and slash Dynasty Warriors game, because you will die if you do that. It's more strategic, but not overly so. It manages to find that right balance of, maybe I have to think about what my next strike is, instead of just mindlessly attacking them. Combat, like you mentioned, whether it's assassinating stuff with ghosts, all the different tools you get, black bombs, sticky bombs, wind chimes to distract people, your little sixth sense that you have, which I forget exactly what they call it. It's like think like a thief or something like that. The different stances in combat, the ability to do all this stuff.
If I can interject right now too, I don't know if you got to this point in the game yet, but did you get the ghost mode?
Did I get the what?
The ghost mode.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I might have spoken too soon. I don't know exactly where you are in the story, but there is a thing. I'll just say it like this: you get a new ability. You know how Kratos has like his thing where you press L3, R3, like, and you have like mode. You go into like this mode. Yeah, you go into like this. In Ghost of Tsushima, bro, you have this thing called like the ghost mode, bro. You go into that shit, bro. The whole screen turns red. Everybody starts getting scared. And you just like assassinating people. Like brutally, bro. I'll never, bro. I see his thing. I want to explain it, but like, I'll explain this one thing. When you first unlock it, bro, you just start executing people, bro. You just cut someone's head clean off, decapitating someone, and the whole screen is red, and everybody's just getting scared and backing up. I was like, yo, this is amazing. Yeah, but the way it works is basically, you save up your combo, so you try not to get hit for as long as possible, and I believe once you hit like 8 to 10 hits, I believe, then you have, when you kill 8 to 10 enemies without taking any damage, then you have the ability to use your ghost mode, which is pretty freaking fire too, to be honest with you. Yeah. But yeah, I think now's a good time to give our scores. I'm gonna give a score as well. What's your score actually?
I give it a solid 9. I give it a freaking 9. And if we're gonna go by letter grades like we used to do before, this deserves a solid A. Hands down. I'm with you there. 9, solid A. Like Sucker Punch, you done good. You done good, dude. After fucking not Last of Us, Infamous, like you going to Japan like this? God, good job.
This man almost like China. You not slick, my guy.
I know. I saved myself right at the end. I saved myself.
Yeah, I know.
It's a great send off for the PlayStation as its last big AAA exclusive. And yo, Sucker Punch, congratulations! You made an amazing product, hands down. It may not be like the most original, but fuck, it's good.
We're in agreement with that. It's definitely an A. We give it a 9 out of 10. I guess if we do change our mind, we can update it in the podcast later on once we both beaten it. But yeah, that's all we got on our list. So I think now's a good time to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think it's time for the wrap up, my guy.
So let's go ahead and do the wrap up then. All right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed this episode of the Loading Podcast, episode 36, feel free to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, and Spotify, because it helps us go up in the algorithm, helps us get out there to more people, and, you know what I'm saying, it just helps us grow. So if you want to support us, please do that. We don't really have to donate if you don't want to, but if you want to support us in any way, just feel free to do that. And also check out our video version. If you're not aware, we do have a video version on my YouTube channel. That is at Aaron Ryder, ARANRYDER.
Yes.
As well, that is all my socials. That's Twitter, everything else. So feel free to check me out there. You can find my guy over here at...
You can find me at Flying Rye in YouTube and Twitch, where I am streaming Dark Souls currently. You may, at the time that you may be hearing this, I could be on Twitch right now. Come join in. Have some fun seeing me tackle the bullshit that this game can do sometimes. It's really fun. We have a good time. The people that watch are great people if they come on. Anywhere else though, you can find me at ArthurASP. That's on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere else, Snapchat. It doesn't fucking matter.
Well, yeah, you heard the man. All right, guys. Well, that's about it from us. Once again, my name is AJ.
And my name is Arthur.
And this has been the Loading Podcast, episode 36. Have a good one.
See you guys next time.